Previously, the group escaped the city by Humvee after their desperate bridge rescue. Rika's airport battle and Takashi and Rei's motorcycle stunt bought them time. United at last, the friends found temporary shelter in Rika's apartment, a brief, fragile respite from the unrelenting undead. Hey everyone, welcome back to Best Ever Anime. Tonight we're diving into episode 8. This chapter tests how far a group can push the vehicle of survival, their Humvee, and asks a harder question. When the road looks empty, are you being led somewhere or into a trap? Strap in, this one moves from quiet unease to full-tilt panic. The episode opens on the aftermath of a rare success. The Humvee has carried them across a swollen river into a neighborhood that looks, at first, almost peaceful. Streets are quiet, houses sit like sleeping beasts. For a moment, safety seems possible. The undead haven't swarmed these streets, and the group lets themselves believe that Saya's home, their immediate destination, might be a true refuge. This quiet is deceptive. Inside the Humvee, practical decisions and private small mercies play out side by side. The girls change out of the skimpy clothes they wore in haste into more sensible garments. There's a gentle, human scene of modesty and quiet laughter that the apocalypse hasn't erased. Takashi and Kohta check weapons. The rattling of shells and the metallic click of a safety lever become the soundtrack of preparation. These domestic moments ground the characters. They are, even now, ordinary people who joke, wash, and fret about scraped knees even while catastrophe circles their wheels. They choose a route toward Saya Takagi's house, the map of old lives and old addresses that still matters when the whole world has gone mad. The approach is slow and careful. At first the streets are mercifully empty, no staggering bodies in the gutters, no limbs snagged on hedges. The group lets their guard down. It's a dangerous human impulse. When no immediate threat is visible, hope blossoms, and hope invites risk. Then the trap appears without fanfare, a wire strung taut across the road. At first glance it could be dismissed as a pedestrian barrier left by panicked citizens, but as the Humvee drives through, the wire snags the vehicle's underside. The Humvee bucks, the wheels lock, and momentum dies like a heartbeat. The vehicle spins out. In the blink it becomes vulnerable, a hulking metal coffin in the middle of an empty street. The group finds, too late, that the silence is not the absence of danger but the presence of a snare. This sequence as the episode's turning point, it turns steady tension into immediate threat. Panic is immediate. Kohta and Takashi react the way they always do, fast and practical. Saeko moves with the cold economy of a trained fighter. Her wooden sword slices and forces are decisive and efficient. Rei and Shizuka, shaken but fierce, do what must be done. The zombies, first a trickle, then a tide, press in from alleys and yards. It emphasizes how tiny decisions, a missed bolt, a second of delay, can become life or death. We see individual bravery framed against the grinding, indifferent mass of the undead. Takashi becomes both leader and human shield. He fires a shotgun until the shells run low. When bullets are gone, the team improvises. Improvised weapons, teamwork, and sheer animal will replace ammunition. The scarcity of bullets, of safe routes, of time to breathe. Outside of the immediate combat, the collapse of institutions. Brief cuts show the world beyond the neighborhood, a newsfeed of failure, a glimpse that suggests infection is not contained to small towns. A short, chilling image hints that leaders and official seats of power are not immune. This is not merely a local disaster. The social fabric has torn everywhere. Reminders that the group's personal struggle is part of a wider unraveling. After a grueling push, the group clears enough space to move, but the victory is costly. The Humvee is scarred and less reliable. The exhaustion on each face is immediate and honest. They reach Saya's house at last, but the house itself is not the clean sanctuary they longed for. The episode ends with a mixture of relief and foreboding. They made it closer to home, yes, but the world outside is an architecture of traps, and the smallest oversight can be fatal. The fragility of safe spaces. The episode interrogates what safety actually means in a collapsed society. An empty street is not necessarily safe. Often it's stage danger. This undermines the survivor's ability to make calm, rational judgments. Resource scarcity is tension. Bullets, fuel, and working vehicles are as precious as human life. When the Humvee stalls, the story turns on the scarcity of mobility and the desperation that creates. Human moments hold weight. The quieter scenes, changing clothes, shared laughter, checking weapons, remind us that human bonds remain the strongest survival tool. The episode alternates these small comforts with sudden violence to keep emotional stakes high. From the deceptive quiet streets to the cruel trap that almost cost them everything, this chapter reminded us that in a world overrun by the dead, survival isn't just about fighting zombies, it's about outsmarting the living dangers too. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to Best Ever Anime for more dramatic retellings, scene-by-scene breakdowns, and the best anime storytelling brought to life. The nightmare continues in episode where new dangers and harder choices await. Until then, stay safe, stay sharp, and remember, in the world of the dead, only the strongest bonds keep us alive. This is Best Ever Anime, signing off.